Edwards are making their way back out onto the circuit now. Obviously, we just did have a red flag due to a incident at turn number 1. It looks like that has been sorted out, and we're back out, and we're going to be restarting this race very shortly.
Still showing a red flag at the top of the screen, but rest assured we will be getting underway as soon as they come round to start the first lap. They'll be regridding.
Yes, of course.
And can we go through the grid again? Should we do that?
Potentially.
Really quick. I'll start. Anyway, Mike Edwards will be on pole position, Callum Ricketts in second, Rob Booth in third with Nathan Smith in fourth. There we go. Fifth, Michael Garwood, as you can now see, Michael Thompson in sixth. 7th for Stephen Tempest, 8th for Craig Bradley. Agnes and Armstrong will be in 9th, Gavin Robinson 10th, Glyn Jones 11th, and Tony Thomas in 12th. Andy Abbott, Joe Quinn, Scarlett Robinson, Leslie Noble are your riders who set the times. And then we have Alan Wright, Jack Bednarek and Steve Jennings who didn't.
There we go. Of course, one of the riders there probably not going to be back in that same position. Obviously due to the incident that happened at turn number 1. But we will be going again for the B race very, very shortly. The green flag goes up. Alan throws the red flag. Green flag goes up in the air. The revs go up, and we're racing again for the B race for the Master Tech Super Minis. And again, straight out round turn 1, everyone getting around. All seem to be a bit gingerly that time, but everyone getting through, and it's a very good start from Mike Edwards again on the 53 machine.
Yep, he holds the lead, and I think Callum Ricketts holds second place as well. They come down the hill for the first time into the S's and head towards the leader.
Yeah, much better start from Rob Booth that time. Of course, he went straight on last time at turn number 2, under braking, couldn't quite stop the bike, so that red flag was a bit of a godsend to him. He's managed to get a better start this time, holding on to 3rd position as they go past our commentary box for the first time. Still 9 laps to go in this one, a complete restart for this race as they go up the hill into oblivion for the first time, and then they crest the top of the hill and then start to come back downhill into the braking zone to complete lap 1.
Yep, top 3 as they were on the grid. Edwards comes through in the lead. Second place, Callum Ricketts, and third for Rob Booth. Rob, a newer rider. He's got an N next to his name on the timing, not on your screen as is. But if you go to live.alphatiming.co.uk/BMB, you can follow all the timing here today at Wigan, and you'll see that Mike Edwards has set the fastest lap. He's shown in purple for a 1:02.05. Expect him to go a little bit faster, as obviously he pulled off the grid on this one.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting some much faster times than that one. Of course, that's off the grid time, that is. So when they've got some momentum as they go across, yeah, it should be a bit nicer now. It should be a much faster time, as we'll see. Across the back straight, and now we've got Rob Booth on the back of Callum Ricketts as they go up into oblivion this time, and it all seems to be quite close. And again, are we going to see a potential move down the inside of the braking zone for Rob Booth this time? No, we're not. He's quite far back now. It looks like it was much closer than that as they went up the hill. But Rob Booth still in 3rd position, holding on.
Yep, Nathan Smith will be in 4th position, and the 2 Michaels, Garwood and Thompson, who switch places. In fact, Garwood gets ahead of Smith as we continue to follow our leading trio. Close again is Booth. I think we've got another instance of one being better through the corners, one being better down the straight.
Yeah, potentially so, and of course that I think, well, it's a kind of a tight mixture, really, isn't it? There is some tight corners out there, but then there is a lot of fast section. So yeah, it's kind of half and half really on who's got it. And if you don't have either halves of that, well, yeah, you'll be at the back. So yeah, there we go. So there's Rob Booth again. It looks like he's got the power on the back straight, comes into the corners, and it just feels like he can't hold as much speed through this section here because he drops backwards. And as we go down into the braking zone here, you can see, yes, he's much further back again into the braking zone. And I'm seeing some drops of rain again over that camera. I'm not too sure if it's starting to rain again, but maybe not. It looks like maybe it's just some drops from a tree that I was seeing over the camera. But 6 laps to go, and it's still Rob Booth in 3rd place, holding on to the back of Callum Ricketts. And then Mike Edwards still leading in 1st position on the 53 machine.
Mike Edwards not having as much of an advantage as he did in qualifying. As I mentioned before the first start, he had a 2-second lead in qualifying over these two, but he's not pulling away as quickly as that might suggest. He's only got a second to his good at the minute.
Yeah, so let's say, yeah, it was some 2 seconds faster in qualifying, wasn't he? And yeah, on this lap, he was only a second ahead across the line. Here comes Rob Booth, though. Rob Booth side by side now with Callum Ricketts, but no, again, slots in behind, just can't quite get the momentum up the hill. A bit too cautious there just to start off with, but of course, we are early on into this race. There's still plenty of time to go, and I'm sure Rob Booth is just finding some time, just seeing where he can get that move done. And it just wasn't that time on the entrance into Oblivion. But 5 laps to go. It's still Mike Edwards leading by 1.5 seconds. And again, Rob Booth still looking for any position he can find in any part of the circuit. But they're clear by 1.5 seconds from your race leader. But they're still flying through as we're back with them now into Luna.
Yep. Rob Booth will know he doesn't have to get it done early. The sooner he overtakes him, the more chance Ricketts has got a chance to get him back. So he can buy this time. Although coming up the hill this time, he looks like he's got an opportunity. Nope. He looked to the inside, but Ricketts pulls away on the outside.
There's Jackie Blackburn there. Go on, Rob Booth. There he goes. He's in 3rd position at the moment, so he's doing well. He's doing well. So everyone's still getting through there.
Jackie watching from Jamaica. Glad to have you with us, Jackie. What kind of time difference is that?
I know. What time is it there?
We're talking 5 or 6 hours, surely, to Jamaica.
There we go. 4 laps to go, though. And again, Rob Booth piling on the pressure to Callum Ricketts there. This is the battle for 2nd place if you are just joining us on the stream. And still cracking effort from all at the moment. Thompson there moving up into 6th position further back there. But this is the action that we're watching at the moment. Rob Booth and Callum Ricketts. They're going through Luna Corner now, and they're going to be up onto the back straight, the Conrod Straight here at Three Sisters race circuit. And here comes Rob Booth. He's got the inside line, he's got the power, and he's made the move done on the straight as they go up the hill. It's a very, very good move and very nicely done. Rob Booth moving up into 2nd position.
And the checker flags are being prepared, actually, Anthony, and they're shown on the last lap board now. So I wrongly thought that they may have been finishing this one early because someone picked up the checkered flag, but just getting ready for a minute's time.
There we go. So it is last lap time, so new fastest lap as well.
For Mike Edwards.
Thank you.
Gone to a 1:0, not quite breaking that 1 minute barrier in this one, as he narrowly missed out on doing in qualifying as well. Words of encouragement coming through for Rob Booth and Craig Bradley, running in 2nd and 7th. Rob currently on screen, holding off Callum Ricketts on this last lap of the B race in this category.
So very good stuff, and of course Rob Booth timing that to perfection as well to try and get that 2nd place position comfortably, managing to do it, but he's had nothing on this man. Mike Edwards started in pole, led the entire way through convincingly and very, very well indeed. And he's going to cross the line now to take the checker flag. There it is. Mike Edwards crossing the line. Rob Booth taking 2nd position. And Callum Ricketts in 3rd position there on the 4.58 machine. A very nicely done race there. And a new fastest lap of the race as well, actually, on that final lap. As well to Rob Booth, so 1 minute .030, so very quick time as well.
Yep, perhaps if the race went on for a few more laps, Booth could have made a dent in Edwards' lead, but a well-run race from Mike Edwards, deserved it.
Yeah, Nathan Smith, Michael Garwood, Michael Thompson, Craig Bradley and Stephen Tempest there rounding out, and then a TXP number. Gavin Robinson in 10th position. That is the Mastertech Super Minis B race. So the Master Tech Super Minis A race is going to be underway very shortly, and we have got the grid for you now as well, so we'll quickly go through this. The grid is as follows for the A race. Dane Blackburn in pole position, Ash Barnes in second, Joe Dickinson in third, with James Edwards in fourth position, Keir Armstrong in fifth, with Ross Humphreys in sixth position, Gaz Roberts in seventh, Joshua Benrack in eighth position. From the number 818 machine, so big number there. Ninth position, Tom Lewis. Ty Kinton in 10th position, Aaron Howe in 11th, Dean Bednarak in 12th, Martin Cockayne in 13th position, Luke Bithell in 14th, Scott Larkin in 15th position, with Mark Evans in 16th position on the 161 machine. Sam Crooks in 17th, with Loris Wardle rounding out your grid of 18 riders on the 414 machine. My money's on Dane Blackburn on this one. Just going to chuck that straight out there.
Is that because his parents are Welsh?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. I will not disagree with you for that exact reason.
There we go. But yes, it's a really close race on this one. I'm looking forward to this one, actually, the A race.
Yep, we caught the qualified in this one, didn't we, at the start of the stream? And Ty Kinton on the number 1 bike, not doing so well. He's down in 10th position. It'll be interesting to see what he can do to improve on that over the course of the race.
So the riders are just going to swing back round to the grid. Here they come. And everyone lining up. So you can see the start official there with his red flag, stopping everyone. Nice little stoppy there. And still the bike for good measure. There's your number 8 machine. That's Ash Barnes, starting in 2nd position for this race. Again, most of the riders with the pit bike style looking of machine, but this rider here sporting a different kind.
It's the number 8 Ash Barnes, but
yes,
same class.
Same class, yeah, just different style looking bike, isn't it? So looks like everyone is pretty much lined up. Yellow flag goes up at the back. Looks like we are ready to go. And you can see Dane Blackburn there on pole position. The revs go up. It's Master Tech Super Minis. It's the A race. And here we go across the line. And everyone gets away well as we're going around it into turn 1 again. 3 wide, I can see in some parts of the circuit. Dane Blackburn getting away well. And Ash Barnes holding on to 2nd position.
Yep, good
oh, one rider's down in the back. Sorry, cut over you there. But a couple of riders have gone down. Not sure who it was. The 818, the 67.
That's Bednarak and Humphreys.
Yeah, it is indeed. So big shame for them. They were in 6th and 7th position when they went down. So massive shame for those two.
Yep, back to the leader. Dane Blackburn holds it from pole, followed by Ash Barnes. Joe Dickinson still in there as well from 3rd on the grid. And look at that gap that Blackburn's got already. It's a great opener from him. Yeah,
really, really good start from him. Ash Barnes again holding on to it though, not letting him break away too much. But again, it is a very good start as they come across the line now to finish lap 1. And you'll get your timing board up there. 57.817 from Dane Blackburn there. Fastest lap of the day so far.
Blistering stuff. Joe Dickinson holds 3rd, James Edwards in 4th, Keir Armstrong 5th, Tom Lewis up 2 to 6th, and Dean Bednarak up 3 to 7th. Gaz Roberts, Luke Bithell, and Scott Larkin round out your top 10.
Yeah, so very good start from all the riders. Of course, apart from of course Humphreys and Bednarak there, massive shame for them with a collision out of turn number 2 of lap 1. Now here's a battle here, the number 22 machine. That's Armstrong, Lewis, and Bednarak, I believe that we've got. This is 5th, 6th, and 7th position that were all very close for comfort as they go out of Luna onto the back straight. There it is as they go past. They'll be going into the braking zone as we're looking at your race leader here. This is Dane Blackburn. Has a good look over his shoulder just to check what his gap is, but then there's the battle there. Further down, it looks like it's 4th place, the 35 machine. Yeah, 4th. It's Edwards, Armstrong, Lewis, and Bednarak. And then Bithell's just moved up. And then Gav Roberts has lost 2 positions. He's gone down into 10th position on the 212 bike.
Yeah, Barnes stays within a second of Dane Blackburn. He's not shaking him just yet. Interesting to see if Barnes can get back at him later in the race.
Yeah, so still plenty of action all the way through. And again, it's that fourth place battle that's the one to keep an eye on, I think. So it's the 35 machine, 22 and 30. They're having a close little battle here as they go through. Look at them here. So there's the 30 machine there. That's Lewis on Armstrong. Or I say it's Lewis on Armstrong. I think it's Armstrong and Edwards that we're looking at there.
Yeah, we got Lewis on the red.
Yeah, he's in between, isn't it? So yeah, they've overtaken midway through that, haven't they? So it's the 35 of Armstrong. Then it's Lewis on the 30 and Armstrong in 6th position on the 22 as they've gone through now. They're crossing the line. We've got 6 laps to go. And this is going to be who is going to get that 4th place position. So it's Edwards, Lewis and Armstrong.
Going for the lead there, extended a little bit to 1.3 seconds.
They have indeed, yes. Yeah, so
Lewis gets the better of Edwards. He's up into 4th.
Yeah, Lewis around the outside. It's a very good move. And he's managed to get that done as they go on to the infield section. So they all go through the S's now. So as we're following now the 35, this is still Edwards. And then it's the 22 of Armstrong just behind him. He's got the slipstream. And then further back is Bednarak, Bithell, Larkin and Wardle. And they're all in this little battle here. But leading this little group is Edwards on the 30.
Tom Lewis.
No, it's Tom Lewis, sorry, on the 30 machine. And then Edwards just behind on the 35.
Yep, Lewis rounds the last corner. Edwards might have made a mistake there. He looked to be struggling in the first few corners of that one. Confirmation now that Lewis is up into 4th. He's still got Edwards for company there.
Yeah, still very close. Yellow flags out in the last corner. So potential rider that's gone down. Not sure what's happened. We've not seen it on our screen, but we're still following this battle here. Still very close all the way through. Potentially it could have been the 111 machine that we've seen have an issue, because that's Martin Cocaine there. He's gone down the order. He's gone quite a few positions down. 5 laps to go though. And this is the 35 and the 188 machine, or the 169. It's probably a Bednarak that I'm seeing. It's very close numbers, and it looked like a 188.
117 of Bithell goes to the inside. Wow, that was close. And
that was
forced someone wide.
It was a very forceful lunge there, and that forced Bednarak onto the grass on that fast section of going up Oblivion. So that's probably why they call it Oblivion, as he sent it there straight down. But the number 30 crosses the line. It's Lewis, Edwards, Bithell, Armstrong, Larkin, Wardle, Bednarak down into 10th position now.
Yeah, just a quick note on Bithell. Started this one in 14th, up to 6th already. And Lawrence Wardle's not doing too bad either. Started in 18th and he's up to 9th.
Oh, there you go. So cracking starts from these guys, managing to fight their way through the pack.
I'm going to have to mention Scott Larkin there as well, 15th up to 8th, just so as I don't miss him out. He's made up a number of positions too.
There we go. So everyone gaining positions. 4 laps to go. As we still watch the 117 here. Are we going to see another lunge dive into the Oblivion corner as they go up the hill from Bithell? He's got Edwards in front of him, and they go into the corner. No, he can't quite do it this time. So Bithell still in 6th position behind Edwards there. James Edwards in 5th position as they go through, and then it's the 22 of Armstrong just behind. Ash Barnes, new fastest lap of the race, 57.145. So he's probably going to be gaining some time. That gap is just 1 second between Ash Barnes and Dane Blackburn, so that's going to be heating up, but he's only got 3 laps to do it in. But in the meantime, this is the battle for 5th place that we're looking at the moment. 4th place, Tom Lewis has managed to open up a bit of a gap from these guys and is pulling away.
Yep, keep an eye on that lead gap, Anthony. 2 laps ago, it was 2 seconds. He took 7/10 out of him on the previous lap to this, and obviously set a new fastest lap on the last one to bring it down to 1 second. See how close they are next time around.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that. So as they go through, more comments coming through on the streams for support for riders out there in this class. But there we go, as everyone gets through. There's the number 30, here's the 35 of Edwards and Bithell. Bithell looking down the inside into the final corner, can't quite do it. That gap is 0.6 of a second, so he's taken another 0.4 out of him this time. So we'll have to keep an eye on that gap for the leaders as they come to the end of their, or midway through their penultimate lap. And again, here's the 81, it's Larkin on Armstrong as well. I think he's lost a position due to that as well, so he's gone backwards, but with 2 laps remaining, it's all to play for the race lead and for 5th place.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that race lead out the window. They're just coming onto the back straight now. About half a second in it at the minute. It'll be interesting to see if anything can happen on the last lap.
Yeah, so here we go. We're going to keep an eye on this main pack as they come across the back straight past our commentary box. And they're going up Oblivion now again, and again, big move there from Larkin on Armstrong, I believe it was. Managing to slide it down the inside. It's last lap time. The gap still 0.6 of a second for first place, but then you've got this big pack of riders here as they go through. So it's still Lewis leading the way from Edwards, Bithell, Larkin, Armstrong and Wardle. They're still going down, and here is your battle for first place. It's last lap time, so it's still Blackburn in the lead with Barnes behind, and that gap was 0.6 of a second. Can he get 0.6 out of him this time? It is possible, though, to do that. All you need is a slight mistake, and that can cause, touch wood. But here we go, onto the back straight now, and it's the final time we're on this straight for this class. As we go up into Oblivion now, let's see what Barnes can do. He's only got a couple more corners to do it. I don't think he's going to. He's too far behind unless he makes the ultimate lunge into this braking zone. But it doesn't look like he's got it. So it's going to be a race win for Dane Blackburn. He crosses the line. And then it's Ash Barnes in second. Joe Dickinson in third. And then we've got this next pack that's coming around the corner. Not sure who's going to take it for fourth place. It looks like it's going to be Tom Lewis, James Edwards, Luke Bithell, Scott Larkin, Keir Armstrong, and Lawrence Wardle. And Dean Bednarak rounding out your top 10. Well, that was a very, very good race. And that is the end of the race ones for today. We're going over into race twos now. And we're starting off with the Mini GP 110s and the Junior SM 90s. So the CW bikes will be coming out very shortly. It's the SM 90s will be coming out very shortly onto the circuit. And we shall get the grid up for you very shortly. Just going through who we've got. So in first position, Daniel Stevenson. He is qualifying pole 1:11.4. Mason Greasley in second position. Joel Grieg in third. Joe Mosimosticker, not to be confused with James Mosimosticker, two very different heights of riders there in fourth position. Ruby Booth in fifth position. Ollie Pearson in sixth. Charlie Pearson in seventh. And Ralph Croft in eighth position on the number 49 machine. Further down the order, Charlie Ward in ninth. Billy Carter in 10th. George Bartle in 11th. Mr. Sherman Boy there in 12th. Brooke Champion in 13th position, Jack Newton in 14th, Hudson Cooper in 15th, Harry Pell in 16th position on the number 46 machine, my favourite number. Kyron Nelson in 17th position with George Bowles No Time Set in 18th. Yeah, this is going to be another close race again. I think my money's on Mason Greasley on this one. I think he had a close race last time, had a bad start. But if he gets a good start this time, I reckon he's got it.
He did. Joel Grieg and Joe Mosimosticker got the better of him earlier on today. This race will be 6 laps as opposed to the 10 we've been accustomed to already today due to the fact we are running short of time. Yes, 6 laps for the remaining races of the day.
Well, there you go. You can see lots of the parents on the grid there as they come through. Of course, again, one of the junior classes. A lot of support from the paddock. See, there's everyone getting through. Bit of a weaving of tyres, but again, plenty of action there. There's the 28 machine.
That's Mason Greasley.
Yep, that's who my money's on. Again, he didn't get a good start last time, but hopefully this time he can get a good start off the line. And everyone getting through. There's the number 11 machine. That's Daniel Stevenson. Yeah, very, very quick rider out there. Very convincing. There's the 998 machine just in the back, getting a little bit of a reshuffle. Ollie Pearson back there, again one of the newer riders. That's why he's got the high vis on there. A few newer riders in this one. Ralph Croft is one of your new ones. Brooke Champion, she is as well. Jack Newton, Charlie Pearson, Kyron Nelson, Charlie Ward, and the other riders as well. So yellow flags are up. We're going to get going. It's the Junior SM90s race. The flag goes down and we're away. It's a good start from Mostica there. He's up into 4th position. It was a good start, managing to get through. Daniel Stevenson, Mason Greasley still at the front though. Everyone getting round.
Yeah, not the best starts for Mason again. He's dropped a couple of positions. Stevenson's still out in front. And we've got a rider going very wide down the exit of the corner, but in a controlled fashion. Yeah,
in controlled fashion. I think our next motocross star there. He's also wearing a motocross. Oh, he's not wearing a motocross helmet. I thought he was. It looked like one as he goes past our camera there. But still leading the way. Daniel Stevenson has managed to get a good start once again, leading the way. 6 laps to go for these races as they go through. And again, Mason Greasy there down in 4th position. And again, look at the gap that Daniel Stevenson has opened up. Now, this happened last time, didn't it? He opened up a huge gap. I didn't even see him disappear off.
He did indeed.
And he's only gone and done it again, hasn't he?
Yep, the battle's very much behind him between Greig and Mostica, and it looks to be that way again here now as Stevenson rounds the last corner for the very first time. 6 laps in this one, 5 to go, and over the line he comes. Behind him, we have our next 2 riders, Greig and Mostica, with Mason Greasley not too far behind them. But those are the ones to keep an eye on for now. Ruby Booth holds 5th, as she did earlier on, and Ralph Croft takes the lead in terms of novice riders. He's in 6th place.
Yeah, so everyone getting through well. Already a gap of 2.23 seconds has Daniel Stevenson got from Joel Greig. And this seems very familiar as what we saw in the last race, isn't it? It's almost a carbon copy of what we saw. And here comes Mostica down the inside of Luna on Joel Greig. Makes the move done. Great move there from Mostica on Joel Greig. So gets that move done into Luna with 5 laps to go. Onto the back straight now. Now who's going to have the drag as they go past our commentary box? And again, look at that. Joel Greig's got the power. He's gone around the outside of Mostica and has managed to gain that position back, but has to give the space. Goes on to the dusty stuff, but manages to keep it and manages to get that position back. So Joel Greig holding on to 2nd position there.
Yeah, he's done well to hold on to it there, but this battle is far from over.
Plenty of action all the way through. Still some comments coming in there. Come on, Billy Carter, the number 85 machine, currently running 7th position at the moment. 9.5 seconds down from your race leader at the moment, so still very close in contention there. There's your race leader, Daniel Stevenson. He's opened up that gap now 4 seconds, so he's really just flying away as someone's standing in front of our static camera again. Really conveniently placed marshals, but as everyone gets through there. And again, Mostica going onto the grass. Bit of a head shake from Joel Greig there. But still manages to get past, and he goes around the outside of Joel Greig. Does Mostica? He can't surely get the power on there. No, he can't. Goes back behind, and now he switches back to the inside. But this is where we saw that Joel Greig, I should say, had the better power.
Yep. It's hard to pick between these two at the minute. Thought Mason Greasy might have joined this battle, but he's still a few seconds behind.
Yeah, he's opened it up. He's some 3 seconds behind these guys, actually. You can't even see him there. 4 laps to go, and Joel Greig again holding on to 2nd position. Mostica there is again just trying to shift that bike, get it through the gears, getting it round turn number 1, and there's your 4th place man, Mr. Greasley. He's managing to get through. 3 laps to go as they go down a gear. And then they come up this hill now. Really important to be in the right gear. If you miss a gear for this one, yeah, you're going to be nowhere. And here again comes Mostica. Tries to look down the inside of Joel Greig. Can't do it this time as we go through the S's on to the infield straight. And as we approach Luna Corner.
Yep, halfway through this one. And right on the back tyre there, Mostica getting very close to Greig. Let's see who gets the best exit. Up the hill, Mostica tends to keep to the inside and does again. Takes a very shorter route, but is it compromising the speed? Doesn't look to have much of an advantage this time round as we head into Oblivion.
Yeah, really good stuff from all these guys. But there again is Mosticker looking down the inside into the final corner. As it go around this corner here, he's got the inside line. Yes, the move's done. And that's Mosticker moving up into second position. And Grieg having to concede the position. Can't do anything through that corner. It's so fast through there. As soon as you're committed to a racing line, you've got to stick with it. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to end nasty for you. So that's Mosticker moving up into second position. And a new personal best time, 1:12.01.
Grieg still with him and will remain with him for the next 2 laps. We've got 2 laps remaining. Daniel Stevenson has checked out at the front. His gap is about 8 seconds back to this pair that we're following now. Support coming in online from Rebecca Williams.
Come on, Newton. Yep, good way of saying it. Jack Newton there, the 135 machine in 8th position as well. Going strong. 41 seconds down from the lead rider, but of course the lead rider is some 8 seconds away from these two, and this is second and third, so that just shows you how fast and how quick he's that Mr. Daniel Stevenson has managed to break away. But we're on the penultimate lap now. We've got back markers now, so here we go, and this I believe is Buster Schumann Boyd, as they're managing to both get past there. This is Grieg trying to find any gap, and as the sun has come out now, this weather really can't make its mind up, can it? So luckily they've got some of the tinted visors up. New personal best time from Joel Grieg, 1:11.77. So there we go. He's trying to find any power, but there we go. It's last lap time, so we're going to see what he can do this time to try and get in position. Where do you think he's going to do it?
He'll have to be up the hill. He'll have to be up the hill. I don't think he's going to make a move into Luna. He doesn't seem to be close enough here through the Urses to make that happen. And we haven't seen anything on the last corner, on the last lap yet today.
Well, we've seen some action, but not overtakes really, is it? So, yeah, that's, we haven't seen much of that. So as we go exit Luna, I should say, not Lorna, onto the back straight, we'll go past the commentary box. It's been a long day. And we're going to see who is going to get the drag here. Now it's Grieg versus Mosticker, and it looks like Grieg just can't quite get it this time. It's going to be, if he's going to again dive bomb it down the inside into the final corner. Again, I don't think it's going to be close enough for that sort of move. But here we go into the final corner. Stevenson takes the checker flag. And the positions back here are going to change. Are we going to see side-by-side action? No, we're not. It looks like Mosticker takes second position from Joel Grieg in third. Very, very close race. And your fourth place rider is going to be coming across the line very shortly. Harry Pell has taken checkered in 16th. Buster Schumann Boyd takes checkered in 17th. Mason Greasley takes checkered for 4th position. Good race for the CW bikes on race number 2.
Coming up next, we have the Pit Bike Stock 160s, race 2B. Sorry, just playing my guitar and
falling asleep to that music, weren't we?
yeah. Here's your grid for the next race. Sebastian Barron starts on pole position with Keith Liddell alongside him. Joe O'Neill is in third with Stephen Gorton. In fourth, Tom White will be fifth with William Hodgson. in 6th. Billy Carter starts in 7th with Jack. I'm on the wrong grid. Gav Tappenden starts in 7th with Simon James Dean in 8th. 9th will be Ryan Black. 10th, Devon Alain. 11th, George Hopper, that is Anthony. Gaz Pearson in 12th. 13th, Adam Jamieson. 14th, Paul Hegum. 15th, Peter Wadsworth. 16th, Brett Neesham. 17th and 18th are Simon Dolling and Adam Morgan. Kira Williamson will be 19th ahead of Rocky Brewer in 20th. Joe Woodward, Ben Lord, Dan Pearson and Luke Small set no times. We do not expect to see them on the grid. And the same goes for Hugh Jones and Mick Lord, who are classified as 25th and 26th.
So it's clearly very windy out there, as something's blown in front of our camera. I'm sure the cameraman's going to act quickly to remove it, but we've changed camera shot in the meantime. So, yeah, right. So who have we got in this one? Who am I putting my money on?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the one that Keith Little nicked on the line from Joe O'Neill earlier, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
We saw with our own eyes Joe O'Neill win the race, and then the timing screen told us that Keith Little had other ideas.
Angles can be deceiving. Things
Certainly
look
can.
closer from different angles. You never know. So,
but yeah, we think Keith Little won. In fact, going back through the timing screen for this morning, Keith Little is still classified as the winner. So let's hope him and Joe O'Neill can reignite their battle from earlier. Sebastian Barron on pole position will be hoping to get involved as well, as will Stephen Gorton, who starts in 4th.
there you go. So some more support coming in through all the grids, and that is Joe O'Neill. You can see there with again no number on the front, so we'll keep an eye on that. But there's a 2-1-2 machine. That's Keith Little. Again, Keith Little took it on the last one. We think just fraction of a whisker. He got it, but I feel like he's going to get it again this time, but with a bigger margin. We'll see. We'll see. Looks like we're ready to go. The flag hasn't gone up at the back yet, so not quite good. I think we've got one bike out of position, not too short. But a bit of confusion at the back there. I think one of the marshals moving positions. Yep, there we go. So yellow flag up at the back, green flag up at the front. It's the extra flow 1/6s, and it's away, and it's a bit of a wheelie there for Keith Little as he gets off the line. And everyone getting through the first couple of corners. Looks like Keith Little's managed to hold on to his lead. And there's the number 13 machine. And he's up into 2nd position as well. I can't remember who the 13 machine is, actually. I think it's Tappenden, actually, who's there on the 13. Yeah,
it's got 13 on the front, but showing 43 on the timer screen. I believe Gav Tappenden.
Yes.
They're very confusing, but Keith Little in the lead on this one, just ahead of him, and 3rd goes to Joe O'Neill. We haven't got Sebastian Barron in this one, have we? Despite the fact he showed up on the grid as pole position, I think he's in the other race.
Yeah, I think he's in the other race as well. So there we go. Simon James Dean there, he's running in 4th, I believe, or 5th place at the moment. He's a bit further down, but again, pressure at the front.
Tappenden moves to lead, actually, as we cross the line for the very first time in this one. He will show up as your leader. There it is, confirmation. Gav Tappenden leads Keith Little from Joe O'Neill. The 3 of them are followed by Simon James Dean, William Hodgson, Adam Jamieson, Peter Wadsworth, Devin Allen, Brett Neesham and Ryan Black.
There we go, so everyone getting through. It's a good start from all. 5 laps to go, of course, gone down to the 6 laps, but everyone managing to break away well. Of course, our top 3 still very close, not too much for a big gap between them, just 8/10 last time, and then 3.6 seconds further down to 4th position, Simon James Dean there. So these 3 definitely broken away, and it looks like Joe O'Neill's going to have a run here on Keith Little.
Yep, Tappenden pulling out a little bit of a gap on these 2, so whoever it is quicker needs to get in front and get after him if they're going to make an impression on the lead of this race. Little holds it up the hill.
Yeah, so here we go, back down into the final corner. Let's see what Joe O'Neill has got up his sleeve. hiccup there.
Struggling?
Yeah, I got a hiccup there.
Do you want me to surprise you? Yeah. You'll never pay back your student loan.
Don't have one.
Oh, that surprised me.
You
You seem like an educated man, Anthony.
There we go. So still plenty of action all the way through. Joe O'Neill still in third position. That laugh got rid of my hiccups, which was good. There we go. 4 laps to go. But then Keith Little still holding off the pressure of Joe O'Neill there. So we'll definitely keep an eye on these two. But yeah, these two kind of, they're in their own little world really here, aren't they? Tappington's broken away. He's got 2 seconds clear of these guys. And then they've got 4 seconds clear of Simon James Dean in 4th place. So these two on their own. All the action's coming from these two. And here we go on the back straight. Joe O'Neill, he's got the slipstream. He looks to the inside as they go down or up into Oblivion Corner. And Joe O'Neill's got it, but he's run wide. And that's given Little the position to go back down the inside. But no, he can't quite do it. So Joe O'Neill's made that move done and moves up into 2nd position. Now he's got 3 laps to see if he can try catch Tappington.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what kind of pace he has on this next time round. Tappington's going quicker, a lot quicker than them at the front. He's just set the fastest lap of the race of 1 minute 3.1. In comparison, Joe O'Neill lap last time in a 1 minute 4.8.
Yep, so still very convincing lap times there and still very close as well. 3 laps to go. I think 4 seconds in 3 laps is a bit optimistic, especially when the person in front of you is also lapping faster. Again, we'll see what he can do when he crosses the line. Of course, Joe O'Neill's not had any clean track, and now he has got clean track in front of him, so we'll see what he can do.
He's certainly putting out a gap on Keith Little.
I say, yeah, that gap's already opened up, hasn't it? So this will be the good to see, just to see what he can do as we go down into the final corner. We'll keep an eye on that gap just to see what they've done as we go further
Tappington's
down.
very quick on that one. He's a 1 minute 3.2. Joe O'Neill pops up with a 1 minute 4.6. He's not going to close that gap.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like he's got it. Some other close action that we've got out on track at the moment. It's very close between 9th and 10th position. That is Dervan and Ryan there. They're the 189 and the X1 machine. They're about they're quite close actually. They're still they're in the same second as each other, so they're having a close little scrap out there for 10th position at the moment. As we still look here at Joe O'Neill, 2 laps to go. As the pack further down having a close little scrap. I think we're going to try and see if we can find them out on circuit.
Here they come.
That's the 60s.
It's Simon James Dean and Adam Jameson.
Yeah, they're having a close little scrap out there as well. This is the battle for 4th position as they're going up the hill. So there's a very annoying fly in here, isn't there?
Just landed almost in my eye.
Yeah, he's playing with fire, this fly. But as they go down, it's last lap time. Tappington's on the final lap. And here comes everyone else. So that was Jameson trying to look for a move down the end of Simon James Dean through turn 1. I don't think he managed to get it done. But and there's the battle for 2nd position again. As they come up the hill, there's your race leader. The number 43 on our timing system, but sporting the number 13 on the bike, which is incredibly helpful. Thank you very much, Gav Tappington, for that.
I mean, at least it's a 2-digit number with a 3. It
Well,
could be,
yeah, I
could be
suppose.
completely different.
He's got a 3 in there. Maybe he's just missing part of it, and it used to be a 4. This now looks like a 1. Tappington looking behind him there. Don't worry, you're 6 seconds clear. It's all you. It's just 1 more corner to negotiate, and there it is, onto the start-finish line. Having a good look at his bike, but across the line goes Gav Tappington to take the race win here for race 2 for the Extra Flow Stock 160s B race. Joe O'Neill crosses the line in 2nd with Keith Little in 3rd position. Who comes across the line for 4th? It's Adam Jameson. Simon James Dean gets demoted to 5th.
Who's that in 5th?
Simon James Dean.
Yeah.
I yawned at the time I said it.
Okay.
Just checking. Conversations between some of the riders there. There's friendly conversations. I think he said it was coming 2nd. I saw there. But as it's gone through, it's the kindest way I can say it. It's the rest of the grid goes through, as they know go back in. So up next, Extra Flow Stock 160s. It's A race time. So this is the A race for the Stock 160s. Mark Davis is going to be starting on pole with Luke Westerman in second and Ryan Tyers third. Andrew Thompson in fourth position with Dougie Craven in fifth position. James Mostica in sixth. Julian Gromit in seventh with Andrew Jones in eighth position on the 104 machine. Jake Whittaker in ninth. Scott McGibbon in 10th place with Ed Peed starting in 11th place. Jamie Callan in 12th. With Chris Edwards in 13th. Richard Rice in 14th with Ben Klukas in 15th. Neil Turner in 16th position. He's sporting the treble one machine. Now John Buckle in 17th, I should say. Phil Dickens in 18th. Nathan Summers in 19th position with Dan Shield in 20th. Jake Campbell in 21st with Simon Wadsworth in 22nd. Lee Teasdale there in 23rd. Howard Taylor in 24th. And I think that's all of them. I thought we had another page, but we don't. There we go. So 24 riders in this class. I thought we had 25 in the last race, but apparently we've got rid of him now. As everyone goes on now, of course, we always see a close race with Westerman and Tyres. We're most likely going to see it again.
Well, we didn't earlier, Anthony. We saw Mark Davis fall away from the front of this one, and Westerman kind of run away with it. Tyres couldn't keep with him. However, in the later race, which I believe is a different class, they were very close together, and Mark Davis fortuned a little bit better. Hopefully he can stay on track for this one, as well as Westerman and Tyres, and Andrew Thompson, who's gone well today as well. Dougie Craven and James Mostica may well reignite their battle too. That was a very close one in the first round of this. Julian Gromit got the better of Andrew Jones, Jake Whittaker, and a number of others as well in a big battle for around about 5th or 6th in the earlier race. So lots to talk about. We are ready for this one. Yellow flag up at the back, green flag up at the front. Riders are ready themselves. And away we go. Good start from the front of the grid. It's both Mark Davis and Luke Westerman leading the pack into turn 2. And to the outside goes Westerman, who takes the lead. Yes, he is the one going up the hill first. It's Westerman, followed by Tyres, followed by Davis.
It's a good start from Westerman then on the number 11 machine. The number 6 of Mark Davis going down into third. So not a great start then from him on the number 6.
Yeah, into Luna for the first time. They are very close now. Tyres may well have a look at Westerman up the hill. Looking to right the wrong from earlier. Well, past our box now. He's shrimping heavily.
Hopefully for Ryan Tyres it doesn't rain on the last lap as he goes into the last corner. But this time he's all over the back of Westerman now as we go into the final corner now. He's not doing it this time, of course. Only 6 laps to do it in. And let's see what we can see. Obviously they had 10 laps last time. Just more time to get the job done, but now they've got much shorter time. Ryan Tyres is still fastest at the start of the race, 101.747. Only just though, Luke Westerman, 101.786. So there you go, barely anything different. So we'll see the same. But it's Westerman from Tyres, Davis, Thompson, Mostica, Craven, Gromit, McGibbon, Jones and Whittaker are your top 10 at the moment. Best start we've probably seen out there is Scott McGibbon. Started 10th position, up 2 positions, now in 8th.
Yep, fantastic start. Here's Tyres all over the back of Westerman. This looks to be a lot closer race than we saw in the first round of this. They go into oblivion. Very close together. Looks to the inside. Doesn't quite make it. And he's the last corner. Is he going to make a move for it here? He's not going to be able to. As I said earlier, I think you have to be right up alongside as you go into the corner there to make anything happen. And although that was close, not going to happen this time around.
There's Mosticker down the inside of Andrew Thompson for 4th position through turn 1. Not sure if he got the move completed though, but it definitely looked like he was going for the move there. We're still looking at your race leaders. It's Westerman and Tyres. They're still leading away very close as they go through the S's now. And as soon as Westerman and Tyres start battling for position, that's where you're going to see Mark Davis come into the battle. He's going to catch up, and then we've got this huge gaggle of bikes going through the S's now, further down the field. This is looking like the battle for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, all that lot. They're very close there. 4 laps to go. We're on the back straight, and again it's Westerman and Tyres battling for 3rd place.
Yep, they are separated by 0.3 of a second, roughly. That was the gap the last time they came around. We'll check it again now as they round the last corner. Westerman still in control of this one, but Tyres is not giving up. We'll have 3 laps this one, and the gap sits at 0.4 still. Davis dropping back slightly, not able to maintain the pace of this front 2, but comfortable in 3rd. Mosticker leads the way behind those in 4th.
Yeah, so Mosticker managing to get past Andrew Thompson then. As confirmed, it looked like a completed move around the inside of turn at number 1. Personal best coming in further down the order. You've got Jake Campbell there. He's just set a new personal best, 104.675. Personal best as well from Simon Wadsworth in 17th. They've all gone up positions. So it looks like one of the riders there having a bit of an issue dropping down several positions. But 3 laps to go. Luke Westerman still leading the way, and that gap not closing on the back straight, is it?
No, we did mention that Tyres struggled to stay with Westerman earlier. He definitely made a lot more of an impression this afternoon, but not enough of a gain, unfortunately, to be challenging at this point in time. Let's see what happens on the last 2 laps, though. The gap now up to 0.6 of a second. It's not much of a gap, certainly not if Westerman makes a mistake.
Well, yeah, that's the main thing, and of course it is heating up there. It looks like he's got quite a bit closer, actually. I think Westerman may have made a slight mistake because that gap seems to have closed up quite a bit, and it seems like Ryan Tyres is gaining somewhat on this lap. 2 laps to go. We are on the penultimate lap, so if he's going to do anything, it's going to have to be on this next lap. He's going to have barely any time to do it. Clear visor out for Luke Westerman, so you can see his face there and see the concentration as he goes past our commentary box on the back straight. And of course now that sun's come out, he's regretting having a clear visor on. It seems to have weather conditions changing all the time. Tyres with the tinted visor as they go down into the final corner for the penultimate time. And again, it looks like Westerman, final lap, he's got this done and dusted.
Yep, the gap as they cross the line is now 0.9 of a second. You'd have to assume that's the end of that for Westerman. He's in control of this one. Fastest lap belongs to him, and he's 0.3 quicker on the last time round as well. What a well-run race so far. Mark Davis still there in 3rd place. James Mosticker, best of the rest, in 4th, just ahead of Andrew Thompson, who's holding off Dougie Craven for 5th. Julian Gromit in 7th. Jake Whittaker 8th. Those 2 battling again this afternoon. Andrew Jones and Richard Rice round out the top 10.
Yeah, so still very close with the top 10 there. Richard Rice moving up quite a few positions, actually. He was quite far down the order earlier on in this race. But we are on last lap time, and it's final corner time for Luke Westerman as he negotiates his way around that final corner across the start-finish line to take the race win for race 2 for the Extra Flow Stock 160s. Ryan Tyres in 3rd position, and Mark Davis holding on to 3rd. There's James Mosticker in 4th position, Dougie Craven in 5th, Andrew Thompson in 6th position, Julian Gromit in 7th, with Jake Whittaker moving down a position, Richard Rice moving up into 8th position, Jake Whittaker in 9th, and Andrew Jones rounding out your top 10.
Yep, good race that.
Very good, very fast-paced from all the riders as the last rider crosses the line there. So what's up next?
Up next, especially for you, Anthony. We have the Junior SM65s and Metric GPs.
Goody me.
Here we have the Moto BMB Super Minis, so the 65s and the Metric GPs.
Try and say that quickly.
I said it reasonably fast then.
Wow. No, there was a big pause in the middle.
Okay. Well, next round, I will say it all in one swift motion.
There we go.
You
Good
can
to hear it.
hold on to that. Remind me when we get to Roura next up. In fact, I'm not at Roura. I'm otherwise engaged, but I'll be at Landau, at which point I will say it very, very fast.
Oh, there we go. Here's your grid.
It's rather small, but it's not lacking in quality. Harrison Crosby starts on pole position. Johnny Garnes in second place. Johnny got the better of Harrison earlier on today. Be interesting to see if Harrison can fight back. Joe Farragher starts in third place ahead of Reece Stevenson in fourth. Reece is the first runner on the JSM 65s. Ronald Harris starts in fifth with JB Woodcock in sixth. Ruben Sherman Boyd starts in seventh, and James Rose Jr. did not set a time this morning, neither did Alfie Davidson. However, Ruben Sherman Boyd did show up for the first race, so be interesting to see. We expect 7 bikes again for this one. There may well be 8 or 9, but we'll find out very, very momentarily as they form up on the grid. Harrison Crosby and Johnny Garnes, as mentioned, will reignite their battle from earlier on today.
Yep.
What do you make of that one, Anthony?
Well, it was pretty close, wasn't it? Of course, the 57 of Johnny Garnes was much quicker, I would say, overall under the straights. But I feel that Crosby was faster in the corners. Again, it seems to be that trend that we're seeing in most of the classes. Some of the riders are faster in the twistier corner, tighter sections. Some of the riders faster in the much faster open sections of the grid. Last bikes making their way to the grid, I believe, or maybe...
Yep, we do have 7 of them. That's the 42 at the back there, Jamie Woodcock.
Yep, so should we go in there? Green flag up at the back, green flag up at the front. It's the Mazzano Super Minis and Metric Kits. Green flag goes down and away we go. And it's a cracking start again from Reece Stevenson on the 23 machine, instantly putting himself up a couple of positions, up into third now.
Yep, good start from Stevenson. Farragher losing out on the opening lap. Held pole position has Harrison Crosby. He's still in the lead, although Johnny Garnes is hot on his tail as he was earlier on today.
Again, looking very similar to what we had earlier on. These guys still providing some excellent close racing at the front. Crosby and Garnes, of course, 2 of these bikes. They look so sporty, don't they? These are great to watch, aren't they?
Absolutely. They come over Luna for the very first time, and they are so close together. To the inside goes Garnes and takes the lead from Harrison Crosby.
There we go. So again, you can just see there just the sheer power that Garnes has got, and managing to get past Crosby very convincingly on the back straight. They're into the final corner now. But I say there's Crosby. He's all over the back of Garnes still. So Crosby's not letting him get away too easily. Best lap time 1 minute 0.5. That goes out to Garnes, your race leader at the moment. But Crosby going for the tighter line on the outside and trying to squeeze it there and almost running out onto the grass. Does Crosby. As they go through the S's now, this is where we saw Garnes run wide onto the grass. And he almost does the same there as they go now into Luna. 5 laps to go. And anything to play for. Now, it is crucial that Crosby tucks into the slipstream of Garnes to see if he can pull him along up on this back straight.
Yep, he looks to be doing just that. Does not move to the inside, although pulls away Garnes down that straight. At great speed.
Yeah, it just looks like he's managing to get a better exit out of Luna. And yeah, it just shows there that the gap opens up by the time they get to the top of Oblivion. And there goes Garnes running wide out the exit of the final corner onto the exit curbs and really unsettling the bike. It was amazing that he managed to actually keep it upright. as it really unsettled him there. Hopefully we get a replay of that, but it was looked like he'd gone completely off the ground.
But he's taken him back there into turn 2. I think Crosby was so close behind him that he compromised by following too closely, had to move out and did take the lead, but Garner's back in front now.
Yeah, so really well controlled, just to keep it upright, and then managing to get it back for the lead into the next corner. So yeah, really well controlled. So Garner's still leading from Crosby, and here's a replay of what happened. So as you can see, they come out of the final corner committing too much speed, running out into that really bowly curb, and you can see the bumps there, and it really unsettles it. But amazing stuff that he managed to keep that up on 2 wheels. Running wide out the exit of the final corner onto the exit curbs, and
who retakes the lead. I think we'll be picking up now. There they are. Yep, into turn 1, and Garner's corrected on your timing screen, laps in a 59.5 seconds.
Yeah, so 3 laps to go, and again Crosby all over the back of Garnes. He's not let him get away this time. So as we go through the S's onto the infield straight, as we'll be approaching Luna very shortly, down the inside, almost goes Crosby, looks at it, can't quite do it this time. And again, he's going to try and hold that speed up on the back straight. He's got the better line. He's got the outside line, so he can get on the power earlier. And here we go. Can he hold on to that slipstream? Can he try and latch on to the back of Garnes? Again, it just looks like Garnes has got the faster machine there, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's definitely got a better top speed. He pulls right away at that point, but through the corners is where Harrison Crosby is strongest.
It definitely is, and again, almost running wide as Garnes. I thought he'd learned his mistake from this time, but again, almost pushing it right to the exit. We're on the penultimate lap now, and again, Crosby with the much tighter line round the first corner, trying to switch back to the outside and trying to get on the power early, and it looks like he's got the inside line. Garnes again running wide. Crosby down the inside. No, not this time. Can't quite do it. Garnes says no, closes the door on him, and yeah, they stay in position. So Garnes still leading the way. Crosby very close behind us. Again, they're going round Luna.
These two have absolutely picked up where they left off earlier, haven't they, Anthony? They were hammer and tong at it earlier on today, and they've gone for exactly the same thing in this second race. Again, Garnes pulls away down the straight. Again, Crosby will likely close back in the twisty part of the track. Closer than before, I think. This time we may well see a move through the S's or into Luna.
Well, we know that he's much quicker through turns 2 and 1, and there he goes. Much better exit out the final corner. It's last lap time, and down the inside goes Crosby. Can't quite do it. Garnes again closes the door, says no to Crosby, as again now through turn number 2, Crosby goes for the outside line, tries to pull it in, but no, sticks to the outside, gets forced nearly onto the grass. So Crosby on the outside as they go through the S's now onto the infield straight. Who's going to get the run into Luna? It looks like Crosby's got a run. No, he hasn't. Again, he stays behind. So Garnes still in front. Crosby very close behind.
Could this be the first last lap, last corner overtaking manoeuvre? He certainly looked good coming out of the corner. Perhaps he'll try the cutback, as we've seen 1 or 2 people try already today, and make work.
Well, this is the closest I've seen them as they go up into oblivion now. If it's going to be any time, it's going to be now. So it looks like Crosby is lining up for a potential move down the inside of the braking zone. Is he going to do it? No, he sticks to the outside, but is he going to get a better run out the corner? Oh, Garnes runs wide, and Crosby takes it out of the final corner, and is Crosby going to have it across the line? Yes, he does. Crosby takes it from Garnes out of the final corner. Again, Garnes running wide out of that last corner, suffering the exit, and Crosby taking the win by 0.2 of a second. Absolutely great race.
Fantastic stuff from Harrison Crosby. Sets the fastest lap in the last lap of the race. He needed to do that to keep within touching distance of Johnny Garnes. You probably saw on the lap previous that he had the run out of the final corner, and there was always the option of taking it on the line, and he did just that. Fantastic ride from Harrison Crosby.
Yeah, great stuff from the Metrokit GP, and of course the Junior SM65s. As you can see there, the 69 of Harrison Crosby leaning off the bike, giving a wave to the camera there, which is excellent to see. Excellent stuff. Up next, we've got probably my favourite race class of the day. It's the Pit Bike Stock 140s B race. The Parker Racing Stock 140s will be coming out on track very, very shortly. Again, this is probably the biggest class that we've got out there at the moment. And so I think actually we've got the veterans out next. So it's the SY Motos that we've got out next. Thank you, Jacob Harris. Showing me the wrong timing screen to call out.
I'm not in charge.
There we go. Well, as punishment, sir, here's the grids for you.
The grids for the race that I always knew was coming next. I don't know what everyone else's problem is. Mark Davis starts on pole position with James Mostica for company. Third is Andrew Thompson. Fourth, Richard Rice. Fifth will be Julian Gromit. Sixth, Neil Turner. Seventh will be Gav Tabenden. And eighth, Steve Allen. Ninth will be Paul Brimble. And 10th, Howard Taylor. Joe O'Neill starts in 11th. Ian Hellier will be 12th for this one. Andy Williams 13th on 50. Paul Histon will be 14th with Gary Carter and Paul Bingley on the 8th row. The 9th row will be John Pearson and probably not Carl Baines because he did not set a time in qualifying. And that is your lot for the vets.
So it's the vets out next, is it?
Certainly is the vets, yeah. I consulted the old schedule.
You consulted the schedule before the schedule said.
I was just browsing the grid for
Were you? And you said,
next race.
This is the next one.
I know the grid for this, and I know that Mark Davis is on pole for this. Mark Davis is on pole for all his races. I just had a look to see what's going on in the race after this, because I like to be prepared.
You like to be prepared. We were over-prepared there. We were looking one race ahead.
Yes.
There we go. But again, the sun's out. Sun's out, guns out. I don't have any guns. Yeah, I'm pretty not that physically gifted.
I myself am a tank. So.
That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. There we go. But bikes making their way to the grid now. So plenty of action coming up. We've still got the stock 140s. They'll be out on track next.
I'm ready for them.
Yeah, you ready for them? Yep.
No, he's on pole and everything.
You're not going to show me a different grid order.
I might do.
You might do. Just see what happens.
Yeah. Mark Davis pulls up on the left-hand side of the screen with James Mossick in his distinctive red overalls to the right. These guys, we're missing there on the 4th row on the left-hand side. That would be 7th position, is it? Gav Tappenden.
Not too sure, but the green flags are up, and it's the SY Motos, it's the veterans, and away they go into turn 1. It's a good start by all, everyone getting away well, and it looks like the number 6 machine, Mark Davis, holding on to the lead, but it's Mossticker up into 2nd place. He's hold that position as the rest of them come sliding through now, as one of the riders almost taken to the grass there. Of course, only 6 laps in this race, so everyone's going to have to gaggle for position, try and get as many places as you can in this early stages of the race.
Yeah, Mossticker taking the win earlier, and he's taken several wins in this class, but Mark Davis certainly challenging him for those today. Andrew Thompson as well, all over his back wheels. They go through Luna for the first time, coming up the hill, and Davis has a bit of a gap. Mossticker and Thompson, though, still very much in contention.
Yeah, really good start from all of them, and of course these guys have kind of broken away again at the front. Andrew Thompson and Mossticker, I remember the race they handled in the last one, the last Veterans. It was very a very good race. So we'll see what they can do this time, see what action they can bring us.
First lap completed then. Mark Davis leads the way, Mossticker 2nd, Thompson 3rd, Richard Rice is 4th. Gav Tappenden did make the start. I did notice as I was saying that he, for some reason, a row back, but he's in 5th now. Julian Gromit and Paul Brimble 6th and 7th, 8th for Hellier, Turner in 9th, and Steve Allen in 10th.
There we go. So Gav Tappenden now sporting the correct number with his bike.
He is in this class, yeah.
There we go. So he needs a little number changer to have 43 on one bike and 13 on this one. There you go. Be very helpful. There we go. But these guys still going, 5 laps to go. And there's the 75 machine and the 64. That's Brimble going down the inside of the number 13 machine of Tappenden. So Tappington managing to get back past as they go up the hill of Oblivion. Almost running onto the grass there, did Tappington. It's thought he'd run wide there. Thought it was going to be a game over on that one. But no, managed to keep it on the track, slowing it down for the final corner. And it's Mosticker on Davis. So looks like Mosticker's really closed that gap up now and is battling for first position. 4 laps to go.
Yeah, Thompson not been able to stick with him. He's got Richard Rice for company now as well. But the front two are very close. We look at Tappington again losing out.
Running wide there slightly does. I think that's Brimble, the 64 machine. And we need to try and find our race leaders, as you can see.
Change to third place. Anthony, sorry to interrupt. Just behind this, Rice has just gone up the inside of Thompson into Luna.
Oh, well, there you go. So Richard Rice out of nowhere in the 21 machine. As you say, yeah, moving up into third position. Yeah, they've just gone past the window. So I can see them there. And there's Mosticker trying a quick change of direction, sliding it down the inside there of Mark Davis. Absolutely cracking move. And Mosticker moving up into first position. But then here comes Davis again, under braking into turn 1. And there's the move there. What a lunge. But here comes Mosticker again, back down the inside. Is he going to have position into turn 1? Davis is really forcing him out into the inside, and he's had to concede the position. So Davis moves back up into first position from Mosticker.
Yeah, expertly done. He got right up alongside Mosticker going into that last corner. And the move was done and dusted as they crossed the line.
It was indeed. So let's just see what he can do this time. Obviously, Mosticker managing to get that inside line as they went through Oblivion corner. Can he do it this time as they're going into Luna? Davis again, much better line on the entry. Got a gap from Mosticker this time, but then Mosticker seemed to have the power. He's done something to that bike, hasn't he, in between these races and managed to clear up the space. He's gone to the outside. Davis goes defensive on the inside into Oblivion. And Mosticker can't quite get it this time. Now is Mosticker trying to copy what Davis did to him last time and go diving down the inside? No, he doesn't. He stays behind. As we're crossing the line, we're on to the penultimate lap now.
Yep, short races, these ones. 2 laps remain, unfortunately for this one. Fastest lap of the race goes to Davis at 1 minute 1.6, but Mosticker barely a tenth off that pace as well, doing a personal best. Rice 2 seconds down on this pairing. Would like to make it a 3-way battle, but I fear the race win is between these two, Mark Davis and James Mosticker.
Yeah, and there's a close battle further down as well. That's Gromit and Thompson. They're giving us some close action. This is for 4th position that we're looking at here. Oh, and they almost collect each other. That's Andrew Thompson there, almost into the back of Gromit. It looks like they did touch wheels, and that could have ended really badly for both riders, but luckily they've broken away now, and it's back to the leaders, and it's first and second position, Mark Davis and James Mozzie Mosticker. The gap was just 1/10 as they go across the start-finish line. It's final lap time, and Mosticker is all over the back of Davis. He sweeps to the outside. Is he going to try and get the cut back and try and get the better line into the entry of turn at number 2 as they go across into turn at number 2 now as they go up the hill for the final time. Mosticker still all over the back of Davis as they go downhill now into the S's. Mosticker seems to be struggling on the entry of the S's there, but has he got the pace as they come out into Luna? It looks like he's still right on the back of Davis as they go round Luna corner now, and they'll be on the Conrod straight now for the final time. Who do you reckon's going to have it?
Well, Mosticker's got a great line out of there. He's very, very close, and he's quicker through here as well. I expect to see Davis close the door. He does indeed go to the inside of the track to cover him off. Mosticker's going to have to do it on the final corner.
It is going to have to be a final corner move, and he hasn't done it yet today. Let's see if he's going to do it this time as they go into the braking zone. Mosticker's on the outside. Davis goes defensive. Mosticker really late on the brakes and runs slightly wide there, and he's going to have to concede the place. So, yeah, Davis takes the win from Mosticker from Richard Rice on the 21 machine. And then here, crosses the line, is Julian Gromit, Andrew Thompson, after almost having a collision with Julian Gromit. And then it's Brimble, Tappenden, Turner, and then I believe Hillier is going to be crossing the line on the 1-1 machine. So cracking race for the vets, and again always providing close racing for us, and good chats good conversations all the way through, and congratulations all around. So yeah, very, very close class this one, Jacob.
Yep, very defensive from Davis on the last lap, but I think he had to be. A well-ridden race, he deserved the victory.
Yeah, it's perfect. So what's up next?
Oh wow,
Jacob.
As well we know, we've got the pit by the top 140s race B.
There we go. So it's the Parker Racing Stock 140s B race, and we have got the grid for you, which I've not got on my screen yet. Here it is. Jake Campbell starting on pole position with Brad Copeland in second. Ben Sutter in third with Ian Hellier in fourth. Keith Little in fifth position and Lee Teasdale in sixth position. Travis Tobin in seventh with Joe Duggan in eighth position on the X64 bike. Ninth position, Carl Sanders, and it's Simon James Dean in 10th position, William Hodgson in 11th, Sebastian Barron in 12th, Peter Wadsworth in 13th with Leighton Santos in 14th, Michael Thompson in 15th with Adam Jameson in 16th. Grant Cunningham in 17th with Brett Neesham in 18th, Nathan Smith in 19th with Simon Dooling in 20th. Matt Lewis in 21st place, Paul Hyam in 22nd, with Ryan Black 23rd and Simon Patterson in 24th. Gaz Pearson in 25th place, with Lee Marshall in 26th, Adam Morgan in 27th position, D. Rowland in 28th, Rocky Brewer in 29th, and then three riders with no time, Joe Woodward, Hugh Jones and Harry Gilman, I should say.
Yep.
Yeah, Gilman. Don't think there's any more riders in that one. Oh, no, we've got two more with no time. So it's Michael Baines, 33rd, and 34th, Devon Arline there. No time set from those five riders. Big old grid in this one, and again, always providing some very close racing for us. I'm very much looking forward to this one, and again, I'm going to put, I'm going to say Ian Hellier in this one.
Well, he was just out in the vets, and it'll be a late addition to the grid as and when he turns up. Yeah, I'm starting in fourth place. Is that him there? No.
I think so.
Doesn't look too familiar. That number's very hard to read. We're in fact missing a couple
Yeah,
of riders.
second place isn't on the grid. Oh, third place isn't on the grid, but the green flags are up. It's the B race for the Parker Racing Stock 140s, and we are underway into turn one. Lee Teasdale crossing the line first with one of the newer riders, Carl Sanders, in second position on the 262. That is the rider that seems familiar to us, who started in fourth position, and he's moved up into second already. And as they all get through, very close, and there is the 78 machine, I believe it was, I could see.
Teasdale, who's looking like 78.
Yes. So I think it was. So
yeah, slightly changed grid through what we showed you. Apologies for that. We don't have some of the riders mentioned. We do have Lee Teasdale out in front of Carl Sanders in this one, and we know who they are from now on. Don't worry.
Yes, yeah. When they cross the line, you'll see who they are on the timing screen, of course, as we go up into oblivion for the first time in this race. And everyone getting through. There's the 78 again coming up on my screen. Paul Hyam there. He's managing to get past, and we cross the line. And it's Lee Teasdale who is leading the way. Carl Sanders second. Leighton Santos there in third. Sebastian Barron. Then it's James Dean, Neesham, Hodgson, Wadsworth, Lewis, Thompson, rounding out your top 10. Quite a few riders with good starts. Matt Lewis up 2 positions from the start. Brett Neesham as well up 2 positions. And Leighton Santos up 2 positions as well. So good starts all the way throughout. 5 laps to go. And we've got some action here. It's the 70 8 and the 89.
It's Sebastian Barron and I think Simon James Dean.
I think it is James Dean as well. Yeah, I think he's changed bike. So
yeah, certainly not the 666 bike, is it?
No, it isn't. So that's where it's confusing us slightly.
Is it Leighton Santos? I can't quite tell. Yeah, it is Leighton Santos because that ahead of you is Carl Sanders. So yeah, 78 there is Leighton Santos. 78 in the lead, Lee Teasdale.
Ah, right. Okay. We'll see. Yeah, as they cross the line. Yeah, there we go. So it's it's Barron and Santos there, well spotted as they go through. Gap slightly open now. So Santos slightly falling back, still supporting a random number to what he's got on the bike. So he's supporting a 78. His 8 on here is 870. 870. Yes, that's a proper
For
number.
the mathematicians
Yes,
like
yeah, that's a proper number there. Again, it's been a long day. 4 laps to go. Everyone getting through. And again, some close stuff there. There's the 186 machine. Is having a good start. He's up in a fairly good position. Having a good old battle. That's one of the bikes that I rode actually at Teesside. So there you go. So it's still working. Still functioning. It's doing well. There we go. As it gets through. But 4 laps to go, I should say. We're up into thing. Oh, and there's a rider down. It's the 199, is that, I think?
It is. It's
yeah,
Richard Brewer.
Richard Brewer.
Rocky Brewer, sorry.
Oh, Rocky, sorry, yeah.
So many Richards today.
There was so many Richards, yeah. Rocky Brewer on the 199 in 16th position, going down in one of the corners. Looks like he's all right. He's got back up. Picking the bike up. Yeah, he's back on it straight away. There you go. I think he stalled it, though. But there we go. There's the 555. That's Nathan Smith. Yes, it is. And he's having a bit close for comfort with someone. There we go. That's the 224 as well.
Side by side into the S. There's a great battle here in the middle of the pack. Teasdale still out front. He's got a half a second advantage on Sanders. Barron a third, 3 seconds behind. Leighton Santos not quite challenging him after the overtaking efforts.
Yeah, so they're having still a very close battle. You've got the 185 there. Matt Lewis, 10th position at the moment. He's still flying out there. And very, very quick rider. 3 laps to go. The leader's only separated by half a second. Now just 0.3 of a second. So our race leader's very close out there. I can't quite see them out the window.
Sanders is all over the back of Teasdale into turn 2. They'll be going into the S's momentarily. They just go up the hill, and here we have them. Down the hill into the S's they go, and yeah, look at that gap. Yeah,
it's Teasdale still leading from Sanders. So Sanders trying to find a way, see where he can get through. Runs slightly wide though, almost going onto the grass. Switching back, almost collecting the back, looking to the inside. Now that was risky from Sanders, but managing to hold it, keeping the bike upright and not becoming a cropper. But here we go, on the back straight past our commentary box for the penultimate time. They're going to go up the hill now.
He's lost a bit of time from that.
He has, yeah. I think that would have definitely lost some time. He put the bike in such a position that, yeah, it can lose time through the corner. So he's going to have to make it all back up again on the final lap, and we'll have to see if he can do it through the final corner.
And as if he has, Anthony.
Yeah, and it's last lap time. So it's Teasdale and Sanders, first and second position, just 0.3 of a second between them. And they're going to be going into turn 2 now. They've exited turn 1. And straight round into turn 2. Now Sanders going for the much wider line, getting on the throttle earlier, looking to the inside as they enter the S's now. So they'll go around this right-hander here. And then here we go. There's the first apex, there's second apex, and then they'll hit the third as they exit the S's now, and it's into Luna. Now this is where Sanders down it, and he's trying to go around the outside here. It's exactly what he did last time, but he lost so much time, but it doesn't look like he's lost much that time. So now he's going to have a run up the back straight. He's going to try and latch onto that slipstream, is Sanders, and he's got Teasdale right in front of him. So this is the only opportunity he's going to have now. It's going to be down into the braking zone of turn 1 again is the only time they're going to have to do it. It's a move that we have seen done today, so it is anything is possible. As they go down, here we go, and it's Sanders down the inside. No, he can't quite do it. He falls behind, can't do it. So it's Teasdale that takes the win from Sanders. Very, very close race. And then here comes Barron across the line on the 89 machine. What a race. What a race.
Yeah, Sanders fully committed himself to the inside line there on the last corner, perhaps hanging back and going for the switchback, as we've seen a couple of other riders do today. may have been of more benefit, but yeah, in the end he was too committed to that inside line and didn't have the option of the switchback. Good win for Lee Teasdale. Carl Sanders and Sebastian Barron are your top three.
Yeah, very good race. Up next, of course, as the last couple of riders cross the line, there's the X1 of Ryan Black as well. And Hyman there, they are all crossing the line as the rest of them come through. But, of course, it is the A race up next.
Here we go with the A race then for the Parker Racing 140s. Your grid will be Ryan Tyers on pole position, Luke Westerman in second, Ben Lord in third, Will Lathrop in fourth. Zach Shelton starts in fifth with Matthew Bolsover for company on the third row of the grid. He'll start in sixth. Seventh is Chris Grieve, eighth is Mick Lord. In at ninth place and on the fifth row of the grid will be Dougie Craven. Alongside him, Marshall Richardson. Behind them, Luke Small and Ed Peed. Stephen Gorton on the 551 will be 13th with Ben Lucas on the 84. In 14th, Simon Wadsworth will start 15th with Joe Milners alongside him in 16th. 17th, Chris Edwards, and 18th, Scott McGiven. 19th, Daniel Pearson, and 20th, Max Bartle. John Buckle, Paul Brimble, Phil Dickens, and Greg Stretch are 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We also have Joe Duggan and Joe Quinn at the back of the grid who did not set times, or at least this graphic is not showing the times that they did, and therefore we may not see them out. Hopefully we'll get a nice big 26 bike grid and we'll have just as good a race as we saw earlier, Anthony, where about 5 or 6 bikes were all vying for the race win, and at any one point it could have been any of them.
Yes, yeah, no, it is very true. So we could see much action all the way through. It would be good to see. And, of course, really, really busy race in the last time. It's hard to keep up. Got a slightly sore throat now after that one as well. Still feeling it. And now it's come back around again. Luckily, only 6 laps at this time.
Yeah, I'm going to reiterate what I said before round one of this and watch out for the third row of the grid. Matt Bolsover made moves early on in the race earlier on, and Zach Shelton was a threat later. I think Zach finished third and Matt finished 5th or 6th, but both of them could factor in this one as well, as Will Lathrop, Ben Lord, Luke Westman and Ryan Tyers, the front 4. Flags are up, yellow at the back, green at the front, and we are racing here at Three Sisters. Good start from the front row of the grid for Westerman. He goes round the outside and into the lead. Ryan Tyers takes up second place, but he's looking into turn 2. Up the inside, I think Westerman's going to hold it. He is. Tyers loses out big time on the exit of turn 2. He's dropped right back, and we've got Lord now in second place. Yeah, not a great first lap for Tyers. I think he's there 6th, so not ideal for the pole sitter.
Yeah, so big shame for Ryan Tyers. Obviously really struggling.
Bolsover's out. Bolsover is out.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it seems to be a mechanical issue with the bike. He's had to pull over into the entrance of Luna. And, yeah, not a good start for him.
Up the hill, we got a challenge for the lead. Ben Lord goes to the inside. Luke Westerman concedes the place. They're very, very close there around the top. Zach Shelton, I think, has moved himself up into 3rd place. Is that Zach Shelton? I can't quite tell with these liveries. It is indeed. So, all change at the front of this one as we come around to complete lap 1. Ben Lord will take the 1st place. 2nd goes to Luke Westman. Zach Shelton is in 3rd. Will Lathrop is in 4th. And 5th is Ryan Tyers. There's Matt Bolsover, who started in 6th, but unfortunately will take no longer part in this race.
Yeah, big shame for him. He had such a great race in the last one, and yeah, massive shame to see him go out on this time. We're back with your race leaders at the front. Of course, Ben Lord leading the way. Westerman in 2nd. Shelton in 3rd. And these guys up into 5th, separated by less than a second. That's how close they are. You know, there's the battle, and there it is them as they go across the start.
Westman's got a good run out of Luna. Sorry,
yeah,
Anthony.
Yeah, no, you crack on. And yeah, he has got a great run. And they're nearly 4 wide into oblivion. This is going to go wrong if they don't slot into single file, and they do. And that looks like Shelton moving up into 2nd position. Westerman down into 3rd.
Yep, Westerman had the best runner. Shelton goes to the inside on the last corner. He's taken the lead on the very last corner. Lord's going to try and come back at him into the first corner. Can he make a move into paddock? No, he can't. Shelton's going to keep the lead.
Excellent stuff from Shelton, managing to hold on to that one. Really committed ride from him. Now we're going to see Westerman try and fight back from Ben Lord. Is he going to try and go down the inside of turn 2? No, he doesn't. Here comes Ryan Tyres round the outside of the 226 machine. That is, of course, Lathrop, and he's managed to do it.
Excellent stuff from this top 5, and this will rage for the next 4 laps. We've had 2 so far. Shelton under pressure from Lord as he goes into Luna. Let's see who gets a good run out of here.
Yeah, let's see. So we were 4 wide last time. Let's see what we get. And, of course, you're just seeing one of the riders there who, of course, broke down in the middle, just watching this race unfold. But here we go, onto the back straight, past our commentary box. And as they all pull out the slipstream, they all slot into position. And again, down the inside goes... I think it was that
Ben Lord.
Was that Ben Lord? Yes, the 48. Yeah, so Ben Lord moving back up into 1st position. Shelton round the outside of the final corner and manages to do it round the outside. Shelton round the outside of the final corner. What a move to hold on to 1st position.
Shelton has been incredible around that final corner these last 2 laps, and that'll be handy if he's in a bit of a pickle at the end.
It will be, and again, Lathrop looking down the inside of Ben Lord. Here comes Westerman, here comes Tyres. They're 3 wide as they go down the hill into the S's. Tyres down the inside of Lathrop, manages to push him out the way, and now he's got Westerman right in front of him. So now it's Shelton, Ben Lord, and then it's Westerman, Tyres, then Lathrop.
Yep, Shelton and Lord have a little bit of a gap as well, so it's going to be between the 2 of them, I think, to cross the line in the lead this time round. Out they come of Luna. Ben Lord had a better run last time, but Shelton got him back in the last corner. Ben Lord goes to the inside again. Shelton shuts the door. Not happening this time around.
No, so really close stuff from Ben Lord. Now, is he going to try and go down the inside into the final corner? They all sweep round, but no. Here comes Westerman on Lathrop, I think, as well. Lathrop back up into 3rd position, so he's taken those 2 positions back. And there's Ben Lord down the inside of Shelton, down the inside of turn at number 1. Can he do it? No, he can't. There's Lathrop round the outside. He almost gets forced out to the outside. And then here's Westerman and Tyres, both side by side down the inside of Lathrop, trying to get past, but they can't do it. There's a yellow flag out in the final sector. I can't see who's gone down, but again, Lathrop still holding on into 3rd position, and Shelton's managed to open up a gap.
These guys chopping and changing so fast we can hardly keep up. But yep, Shelton leads Lord into Luna again. Very close between Lathrop.
What a big moment there, and Westerman has gone down. Westerman in the barrier. He's absolutely devastated with himself. Headbutts the floor and brings his head back up. But yeah, again, it looked like a bit of a wobble from Lathrop that caused that to happen. And it looked like Westerman just overcorrected and dropped the bike.
Marshall Richardson is off as well, Anthony, on the entrance to Luna. He was running at 8th behind these guys. He's off as well. So we've lost 2 bikes on that one as Lord goes to the inside of turn 1, but Shelton keeps the lead. Yeah, you're right. Lathrop kind of wobbled a bit and almost in anticipation of having to get out of the way.
Yeah, Westerman just a bit of a panic break and locked the front and dropped the bike. But there we go. We're still with your race leaders. It's Shelton, Lord, and Tyres. It's last lap time, and it's all dares wins on this one. So here we go. 4 riders for the race win as they go through. Of course, Lathrop had a bit of a mistake on this corner the last time around. Hopefully he's fine this time as they all go through absolutely clean. Now we're on the back straight. Let's see who's going to get it this time.
Shelton's surely going to keep to the inside. He knows Lord, yeah, and he does. He goes right to the inside of the track. He knows Lord's good there. Lord's going to go around the outside, though, is he? He can't make it. What's going to happen on this last corner?
It's all going to be the last corner now. Let's see what happens. It looks like Tyres is going to go for a run. Tyres is on the inside. He's on the inside of Ben Lord. Is he going to try and do it? No, he can't. So it's Shelton who manages to hold on to the lead. But it's a race to the line now. Who's going to take it? Ben Lord goes defensive. Tyres goes to the inside. And it's Shelton, Ben Lord, Tyres and Lathrop, with Lathrop setting the fastest lap of the race across the line of a 1 minute .482. What a race for the Parker Racing Stock 140s A race.
2 incredible races today from this bunch. Disappointing to see Westman drop out there towards the end. He would have been right up there with this lot. He'll definitely rue that mistake. But great stuff, and great to see Zach Shelton moving up from last year in one of our junior categories into this senior category and taking a well-deserved race win.
No, really good to see, and all the riders bunching up there, again having good chats with each other. Again, massive shames for some of the riders out there. Big shame for Luke Westerman there. Again, it just looked like Lathrop made a mistake, and it looked like Lathrop was going to go down, and I think that's what Westerman saw. And yeah, just a big shame. Overcorrection, lock the front, drop the bike. Yeah, big shame, big shame.
Yep, he'll be back next time, looking to make amends for that. But for now, next up here is the Junior SM 140s IMR Racing UK Mini GP.
So the IMR Racing Junior Stock and Mini GP. It's race 2, and we've got cookies. Chase Collymore starting on pole position. Luca Allen second. Ryan Frost in third position, and Lucas Hill in fourth. Charlotte Macuso in fifth position, with Daniel Goodman in sixth. Seventh position, JJ Cunningham, and then it's Choi Jeffrey in eighth position on the 21 machine. Ninth position, Harley McCabe, and then it's Ty Butler in 10th.
McClintock.
Thank you.
McClintock, sorry.
McClintock. Thank you. Now you've said it. It makes sense. Nathan Ersward in 12th position. Harvey Lathrop in 13th. Stephen Brooks in 14th, with Mason Greasley in 15th. Henry Bain starting in 16th position on the 42. Oshan Thomas, thank you. And then Teo Collymore in 18th. George Wood in 19th. Holly Reeves in 12th. 20th, I should say. Lewis Lackey with no time in 21st. And Luca Hopkins also no time, 22nd position. How are those cookies?
They're not too bad. I'm on the shortbread, and I think you've got chocolate.
I've got divinely chocolatey cookies. That's
yeah, I've got classic light and buttery shortbread rings. They are quite light and they are quite buttery. The packaging does not lie. So Collymore there, Chase I should say, because Tyler's also in this one. Chase Collymore takes up his position at the front of this one. He had a great battle with Ryan Frost earlier. It was raining during this one, wasn't it? And we saw a few riders struggling with the conditions. Interesting to see if Luca Allen and Lucas Hill, who are second and fourth, can join the battle for this one. But the flags are up, and away we go. Collymore instantly takes to the lead. Luca Allen into second place behind him. Frost holds third, although he's under significant pressure from the 44 of Lucas Hill. Into turn 2 they go. Collymore leads them up the hill and back down again into the S's as Frost goes up the inside of Allen and takes second place into the S's. They come out of that. Collymore with a hell of a lead already. He's a few seconds up the road by the looks of things.
Yeah,
great start from him.
Yeah, Ryan Frost with not a very good start that time. Dropped back slightly, manages to pull it back up. He's back up to second. But like I say, yeah, that gap has opened up massively. But I'm pretty sure Ryan Frost had the better power on the back straight up the hill into oblivion, didn't he?
He did indeed, but he's got a job on to catch up with Chase Collymore already. They come back down the hill. You can see there on the stream, Chase has got good seconds advantage, I think. Let's have a look at it as they cross the line. Chase now coming through to complete lap 1 of 6.
1.6.
Ryan is, yeah, a whole second ahead of him. It's a sizable advantage for this early on in the race, but I'm sure Ryan will set about cutting that down as best he can. Meanwhile, further back, Luca Allen is in third. Lucas Hill will be fourth. Charlotte Macuso is held fifth. JJ Cunningham is up 2 places to sixth. Daniel Goodman, Harley McCabe, Nathan Lesward and Kai McClintock are your top 10.
These cookies are too nice. There we go. But there we go. Charlotte Macuso there we're looking at in the number 17. This producer tried to steal this said cookie. Have to bat him away. 5 laps to go. Everyone getting through and up into Oblivion Corner. And there's your race leader. Chase Collymore in the number 7. Round the final corner. He's going to be starting lap number 2.
Let's have a look at that gap, Anthony.
It was 1.6 last time. 2 seconds this time. He's taken another 4 tenths from him.
Chase Collymore doing everything he can to make this a double race win for himself. Have we had a double winner today? I don't think we had a double winner yet today.
No, I don't think we have. Yeah.
It's been very varied, to say the least. But yep, Chase looking strong in this one. He's got 4 laps and a 2-second advantage over his rival from earlier, Ryan Frost. Luca Allen in 3rd. Doesn't seem to quite have the pace that he had in qualifying, which is unfortunate for him. He was around about a second off Chase Collymore. His Ryan Frost has really improved since qualifying. He was over a second and a half off Chase's time. It seems to be an even match for him this afternoon.
Yeah, no, I think you're right in saying that. So it's I say it's been close racing in the midfield on this one, near the back of the field as well. But of course, Chase Collymore on this one is just, he's just flown away, hasn't he? He's just gone, right, here we go, race 2 of the day, let's do it.
Yes,
yeah, he didn't want the company of Ryan Frost that he had last time. And he's managed to pull that up. 2.7 second gap now has Chase Collymore.
Yeah, another 7 tenths on that lap, that's really good. Go at the back, Charlotte Macuso's running very well today. 2 5th places she'll be very happy with, I'd imagine. JJ Cunningham doing well in 6th place as well. Harley McCabe showing as a newcomer, but I'm fairly sure Harley raced last year. He's down in 8th. And unknown person in 9th. We will do our best to figure out who that is for you.
Yeah. Well, we're just looking at Charlotte Macuso there. Number 17 bike, 7.2 seconds down from Chase Collymore, who we're looking at now in 1st position. But Charlotte down in 5th at the moment. Close for company. It's got JJ Cunningham.
Yes, a couple of tenths between the two of them. They are coming down the hill now, I believe, into the last corner. Charlotte in a distinctive green bike and livery. Here they come now into shot. There's Luca Allen.
I think that's
Lucas Hill. And Dan Goodman's right behind him now.
Yeah.
In fact, those 4 are all quite close together. I didn't notice that Luca Allen didn't have that much of an advantage over the 4 behind him.
Yeah, and again, Handy Marshall there standing in front of our camera. Very much appreciated. Nice legs. But there we go, as the field goes through. Back to the race leader, Chase Collymore. 4 laps in, 2 laps to go. And we're on the back straight. They've gone past the commentary box, up the hill now, into Oblivion for the penultimate time. And let's just see what Chase can do for this lap. So down a couple of gears into the heavy braking zone of the final corner. Across the start-finish line into Paddock Bend. It's final lap time for Chase Collymore. And let's see what that gap is when Ryan Frost crosses the line. It's 3.8 this time, and it's 5.9 this time. Ryan Frost really just having a quiet race, enjoying it to himself, isn't he?
He is, yes. Goodman up into 5th ahead of Macuso. We saw that across the line. And Hill all over the back of Allen. Lucas on Luca. We are following them now for the last lap. Charlotte looks to have got back at Daniel Goodman. I'm not quite sure why I said back in there.
Bacon. You're thinking about a bacon sandwich. There you go.
Yeah.
Chase Collymore there. He's on the back straight now for the final time. Just readjusting his seating position there. Crucial on one of these things. So I didn't find out when I had a go. I was still running it wrong. But there we go. Up Oblivion. Down the hill. And it's final corner time for Chase Collymore as he goes back onto the start-finish straight now to cross the line. It's a very good race win for Chase Collymore. And he crosses the line. We'll see what the gap is, but it's definitely more than 5.9 seconds. As Ryan Frost crosses the line, 7.9 seconds, 2 seconds a lap faster than the rest of them. Then it's Luca Allen in 3rd, Lucas Hill in 4th, Daniel Goodman in 5th position, JJ Cunningham in 6th, Charlotte Macuso in 7th. a TXP number in 8th position. Harley McCabe in 9th. Kay McClintock. There we go. Got it right that time. Is rounding out your 10th place grid. Again, very good race from these guys, and there they all are there after the race, having a good old chat.
It's a vigorous chat there. Is that Luca Allen having with the number 24 of Ryan Frost? Yeah.
Nice little support there. Good to see. Good to see. There we go. Yeah, Ryan Frost a little bit annoyed. Didn't get that first place, and of course everyone wants to get first place when they race. And who have we got next?
It's the Ultimate Super Minis.
Are you sure?
100%. It's the only class. Apologies there, I was just practicing my piano skills. Right, last up, we have the Ultimate Super Minis. We've got a B race and an A race first one, and I'm joined in the commentary box by producer James Fitzhugh. James,
hello.
How are you?
I'm not too bad, how are you?
Not too bad at all. Would you like to take us through the grid?
No, I will press the buttons for you and you can read them.
Okay.
So here you go.
That's what I'm paid for after all. Mike Edwards will start this one. Would he not?
Nope. No, this is definitely
Nope.
the Super Minis B race.
Okay.
So how about we read it off the screen?
I'll read it off the screen rather than my phone. Are you sure?
So Stephen
sure?
Tempest
Well,
starts
you're
on
so
pole.
sure.
Oh, we've got to be quick because...
Okay, Stephen Tempest on pole, Craig Bradley in second place, Agnes Armstrong in third, Gavin Robinson fourth, Glenn Jones in fifth, sixth is Tony Thomas, Andy Abbott will start seventh, Joe Quinn in eighth.
Next page.
Yeah, if you could have had that ready a few seconds ago, that would have been great. Scarlett Robinson in ninth, 10th is Leslie Noble, Alan Wright will be 11th, Jack Bednarek 12th, and Steve Jennings 13th if they make the grid.
This is going to be a brilliant race.
I sure hope so, James. Callum Ricketts appears to be on the right-hand side, so I was reading the right grid.
I might pass this back to Anthony to take over.
Thanks for that, James. You've been absolutely no help
Thank
at
you
all.
very much.
Mike Edwards will start this one on pole position if he appears. Is that him there coming towards the back? No, it isn't. So we're going to get Callum Ricketts on the right-hand side, effectively pole position with Rob Booth on the left. In third grid, but pole position for this one. And away we go. Callum Ricketts jumps the start ever so slightly, so takes the lead from Rob Booth in this one. Apologies for the fake grid. To the outside goes Rob Booth of turn 2. He's challenging Callum Ricketts for the lead.
There we go, yeah, so Rob Booth now second position after a very controversial start, I would say, from Mr. Ricketts. Definitely looked like he pushed the bike off the line before everyone went, so...
controversial gridding, controversial start.
There we go, everything's controversial in the Master Tech Super Minis, but we're back onto the back straight now. They're going to pass our commentary box for the first time. They're side by side, and it's Rob Booth down the inside and straight past Callum Ricketts. He says, thank you very much for that. I'm going to take that position. It looked a bit easy, that didn't it?
Did. I've not figured out why Mike Edwards isn't on the grid, unfortunately for you, Anthony. So we'll make do with Rob Booth. There's only 3 laps remaining of this one. We've significantly reduced the number of laps in the race because we are so short on time. Into the lead goes Rob Booth. He has 3 laps remaining to hold it from Callum Ricketts, who's still close by in second place.
Well, there you go. But, of course, Callum Ricketts is going to have that jump start penalty lingering in his head. We'll see if he gets it or not. We can get a replay of the start, I believe, just to see how much of a jump start it was.
Well, the problem is that the man with the flag steps to the left-hand side of the picture, and we can't quite see.
But
let's look. Let's have a look.
Well, there we go. Well, it's quite clear because there goes Callum Ricketts. No one else goes, and then everyone goes. So there we go.
You don't need to see the flag.
You don't need to see the flag to see that was a jump start. So there we go. Very clear. There's your first place man, Rob Booth. Fastest lap so far of the race, 1:02.235 is what Mr. Rob Booth has done. That was his last lap, so it's penultimate lap time now.
Where did you get the 2 from in that? Yeah, you said 1:02.
Oh, it's a 1 minute .2.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I said. You misheard me.
Of course.
Yes.
How could I get it so drastically wrong? Rob Booth leads into Luna, as Anthony thoroughly enjoys the Alpha Life Productions Instagram story of a handsome young lad doing his best job.
Stop showing me
That he knows. Rob Booth heads up the hill. He's dropped Callum Ricketts significantly over the last lap and a half or so. He's a second ahead. Nathan Smith is a further 3 seconds behind. He's been challenged by Michael Garwood and Michael Thompson, the two Michaels sticking together again for another race. Across the line now comes Nathan Smith and Michael Garwood. Very close contention, and we are on the last lap of this very short race. Up the hill goes Booth. He dives into the S's for the last time today. Ricketts there in second place, and into Luna they go.
Well, this is seems to be all for Rob Booth, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good start. Got a good overtake as well. And, has managed to hold on to that lead. So it's a cracking race. He's already pulled out of a gap of 2.213 second gap. And it's last lap, last corner time for Rob Booth as he goes down one gear into the final corner, crosses the line to take the win for the B race. So Rob Booth takes checkered flag. Second position going to Crickets, and
Garwood there going very well.
Yes, Garwood becoming a motocross rider in the BMB class. So I don't know if he is used to do motocross, did he?
No. Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you, no. We'll have to ask him.
Don't know the man personally.
No. No, excellent race, and they all get through that one. So we'll head over to the A race now. Final race of the day.
Last but not least. Just in case you weren't feeling broody enough, here's the grid for the Ultimate Super Minis SM Open. Race 2A. Dane Blackburn is on pole position. I can assure you these are the correct grids. Ash Barnes is alongside him in second place. Joe Dickinson is in third with James Edwards for company in fourth. Third row of the grid is Keir Armstrong and Ross Humphreys fifth and sixth. Gaz Roberts starts seventh with Josh Bednarak in eighth. Tom Lewis will be ninth with Ty Kinton alongside him in 10th on the number one. Aaron Howe will be 11th, Dean Bednarak in 12th. Martin Cockayne starts 13th in this one. Luke Bithell will be 14th. Scott Larkin will be 15th. And we're getting a number of riders here. I'm not quite sure where they're coming from. But we've got 18 on one grid and 24 on this
24 on this one.
I'm looking out on the grid and there's definitely not 24 bikes, Anthony. Let's just round out where I got to. Scott Larkin, Mark Evans, Sam Crooks and Lawrence Wardle 15th to 18th. Certainly the front row we've got correct. That is Ash Barnes on the right hand side of your picture. On the left side of the grid, Up comes number 35 through to line up behind him. That's James Edwards.
So, of course, if you've enjoyed today's stream of all this racing, I don't know why you would have, but I think the commentary's been okay. The production from James Fitchie has been pretty top-notch, I would say. I'm only saying that because he's right behind me. But
in reality, it's been questionable.
Yeah, it's been questionable. No, but if you do fancy keeping in track of what we do, please do subscribe to anything that we do come out. So Alpha Live Productions on YouTube, and of course British Minibike Championships. But here we go for the final race of the day, and it's the MasterTech Super Minis, and that's Dane Blackburn starting from the pit lane and started in front of everyone. I'm not sure where he came from, but I'm pretty sure if you start from the pit lane, you wait until everyone's gone past and then you join the race. He kind of just joined in front of everyone, didn't he?
He is now at the back of the picture, and Ash Barnes takes the lead from Joe Dickinson at the front. Those two on the 8 and the 48 lead the pack into Luna with a bit of a gap then, back down to third.
There's the number 30 diving down the inside into Luna, and I don't know who that is.
We will be picking up the battle for third very shortly, which is headed by Tom Lewis. But first, here are your leaders. Ash Barnes showing Joe Dickinson the way around for one last time. 6 laps in this final race of the day. Keep an eye out for Dane Blackburn. He won the first race comprehensively. And up the inside on the last corner, Tom Lewis loses out. Let's see who that is. It's the 35 of James Edwards as well in that battle. Edwards crosses the line first. Keir Armstrong, Gaz Roberts in the mixer as well. Tom Lewis not showing up on your time screens, but I assure you that is him on the 30 bike in red. Up the top, Ash Barnes under pressure again from Joe Dickinson. They go through the S's and into Luna for the second time.
There we go. So good stuff from these front two. They've kind of broken away. They've got almost a 2-second gap from Thomas there, I think, who's not showing up on the screen. Who is it again that's not showing up on the screen?
Tom Lewis.
Tom Lewis, thank you. Yes, so Tom Lewis there. Yes, and the number 30 down in 4th place at the moment, 3rd place. So still cracking stuff from these 5 laps to go. And we're up into the final corner again. Very close for second and first, and close. Oh, and there's a big dive down the inside from Joe Dickinson as he crosses the line now, and he's happy with that. But he's got straight into the lead, and that was an absolutely fantastic move down the inside from Joe Dickinson, almost running wide out of the exit of turn number 1, but very committed move from Joe Dickinson there. I would like to see a replay of that, actually. It was a very nice little lunge, but again, Ash Barnes holding on to it, just trying to see what he can do.
Blackburn making considerable progress, Anthony. He's showing us 6th on there. Considering Tom Lewis, that means he's 7th. Scything through the field. There is Tom Lewis, just to confirm. And there's Blackburn there on the 114, eyeing up another place as he goes up the hill.
Yeah, and there's the rest of the main pack there. Here's the replay of it. And then out of nowhere, so committed and late on the brakes, still managing to get the apex and keeping it on the track. Absolutely great move there. So I definitely wouldn't have done it that late.
Barnes has got him back. Barnes has got him back as they enter the same part of the track. Across the line, you'll see, there it is. Barnes with a 10th of a second advantage over Dickinson.
There we go. 3 laps to go. So I'm sure Dickinson's just going to go do it again because he knows he can do it into that corner. So that's what we're going to see. Dickinson with a big look behind his shoulder just to see what he's got for company behind. And don't worry, you've got a 2.3 second gap to the guys in 3rd, 4th and 5th. Of course, Dane Blackburn being one of those. So he's still, like I say, fighting through the field. Back with your race leader, Ash Barnes, as we go round Luna. And we're on to the back straight now. And who's going to get the better run into Oblivion Corner?
It looks like Barnes got a significant advantage here. Be interesting to see behind that. Tom Lewis and Gaz Roberts now have Dane Blackburn for company. So whilst these two battle out to the front, Dane Blackburn continues his recovery ride by making his way in and around them. And down in the background, that's Gaz Roberts, who's binned it on the last corner.
Yeah, he's completely dropped it. He's dropping down the leaderboard. So that's the 2-1-2. And
that's the final lap. We are mistakenly saying that it's a 6-lap race, but it's a 4-lap race, and the checkered flag goes to Ash Barnes. Joe Dickinson finishes 2nd. Dane Blackburn does not come third, as the time screen suggests. Tom Lewis will pick up third. Blackburn, though, will inherit fourth from Gaz Roberts, who goes down on what turned out to be the final lap of the day.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? It's a massive drama at the end of that, around that final corner. Final corner being the one that we have to go for. But no, absolutely brilliant day's racing here at Three Sisters Race Circuit for round 4 of the British Mini Bike Championship. If you did enjoy it, please do feel free to subscribe to anything that we've got. So our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. You can follow British Mini Bikes at British Mini Bikes on Instagram. Myself at Anthony Jordan Official. Jacob?
And myself, Jacob DT Harris, across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat.
There we go. Who would want to follow you on Snapchat? I wouldn't.
Well, you should see some of the stuff I post on there. It is quality content, Anthony.
I don't want to know. Anyway, but yeah, if you did enjoy again, please do follow Alpha Life Productions as well. We do streaming across all sorts of different formats and platforms and championships as well, if you do want to keep an eye on that. And of course, we've got round 5 coming up from Rower. You're not going to be there, are you?
Unfortunately not. I'm missing the next one, but I'll be back a couple of weeks later for Landau.
No, I'm going to need to find someone else to join me in the comms box for Rower. So it won't.
You don't have any friends other than me, Anthony.
Oh, that's harsh. I've got friends.
I'm your only friend, mate. I'm the only one that matters.
Excellent stuff. Well, thank you very much again for joining us, and we will see you at round 5 in Rower.